Wow, quite an audience. It's amazing how there's so much activity behind the scenes, and now suddenly there's a whole audience here sitting and listening about so many inspiring things. And the inspiring thing here is transformation. It's such an amazing platform to come here and to talk about change. And it's so interesting. We're talking about big things in the world. We're talking about photography. We're talking about architecture, so many ideas. And here I am talking about cars going round and round in circles. Almost sounds frivolous, doesn't it? But, well, I'll tell you the story about why racing and what is the point. Well, let me start off with the start of my journey. This is me at 5 years old, looking at the laptop, constantly watching something. Now, what was that something? Race cars. I would sit there as a 5 year old watching race cars till the end of time. My mom used to shout at me and say, ki, beta khana kha le or eat something. And my dad would say, go to sleep, which he still does. He even said so last night before this TED talk. But I would sit there admiring them. And for all of us, it's different things, right? Some of us grow up to fighter jets, or some of us grow up to trucks, or poetry, or artwork. For me, it was race cars. And back in that day, we didn't have Formula One being as big as it is today. We didn't have the Formula One movie. We did not quite have Drive to Survive. We did not have these amazing online communities that we have nowadays where people talk about Formula One. Just magazines and the occasional 30-minute show on TV, which I would die to watch because that's the only time I could get to see and to hear the race cars that I was so fascinated about. But back in those days, no community, nothing. I would feel chained. I had so much to talk about in the world of Formula One, but no real opportunity to do so. And I suppose that's what got me talking. I started writing at the age of 13. I ended up doing my first TV show at the age of 15. 21, I ended up starting commentating on Formula One, which was my dream role. And now I get to present my love for motorsport to all of you. It's going to be a lot of fun. Well, let's tell you more about what Formula One is like nowadays. Today, for any new fan who comes in, we all see these drivers who are incredible personalities. We see the drama behind it. We see the drivers crash sometimes, driving at upwards of 300 kilometers per hour. Can you imagine, guys? 300 kilometers per hour. When you're on the road driving, you're driving at hopefully 50, 60 kilometers per hour. Oh, yeah. Imagine 5x of that. Imagine how fast that must feel. Imagine the road signs. Imagine everything going quickly. Imagine the feeling of controlling a machine at that speed. That's what they do. And what most new fans who come in, they see the drama. They see the drivers who are these incredibly colorful personalities. They see the rivalries, the politics. Or they may end up getting into Formula One because their favorite celebrity is at a Formula One race. Like Kareena Kapoor was there, Yuvraj Singh was there, Kriti Sanon was there in an Indian context. Globally, Will.i.am, Kim Kardashian, DJ Khaled, I could go on and on. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, everyone is at a Formula One race. But why? There's so much to the sport. That's why. And the interesting thing is, Formula One teaches you about peak human performance because this sport teaches you about being consistent throughout. How? Imagine this 24 races in a year. As a racing car driver, doing this skill of driving at 300 consistently while competing with 20 other drivers who are bloodthirsty and who want to just beat you on track and be the world champion. On top of that, you've got to work with your team afterwards. You've got to answer questions from the media, all of who want a bite from you, waiting for you to crack and say something so that they can make a story out of it. And on top of this, you're traveling around the world, only 60, 70 days at home with your family. Drivers sometimes even forget what their own bed feels like. That's how relentless the sport is. And in spite of that, in spite of changing time zones, in spite of being in a different country altogether, in spite of sometimes waking up and not even knowing what country you're in, they still have to be superhuman athletes and deliver on track every single time. It's all about peak human performance. The conditions will never be the same. One day you're in Canada, the other day you're in Australia. You know the time zone difference, don't you? How does your body clock function? How do you know when to eat properly? You still have to go ahead and do it, man. You still have to go ahead and do it because if you don't, 20 other drivers. Now, actually, 23 other drivers in the world. 23? Yeah, 21 other drivers. It's a big sport now. We had a new team coming in Cadillac. Thank you, Cadillac. But 21 other drivers waiting to beat you on track. You've got to be really good. You've got to be on peak human performance all the time. Well, speaking of peak human performance, we all know this guy in the photo, right? How many of you have an idea of him? Anyone? Yes? Say it, you can say it, it's fine. My TED Talks are usually very interactive. Max Verstappen. Some call him the best driver in the world. Objectively, a four-time Formula One world champion as we speak. That could change. But Max has proven over the last few years that he can deliver that peak human performance regardless of whatever conditions come in. But that's not just about Max. We all see Max. We all see his face on the posters. We all see everyone talking about him. We all see the memes. We all see the admiration. But there's a lot more to it than that. And I'll tell you with this photo. This photo. You see Max, you see his team boss, former team boss Christian Horner, and you see his former teammate Sergio Perez, who Max has to beat every race, by the way. Now, these are normally the focal points in a Formula One race, right? Whenever we watch Drive to Survive, it's all about them and the rivalry and the banter and what they feel like. But I want you to look at this photo. Amazed? What is this photo all about? Exactly. The team behind them. It's not a one-person job. Formula One may be seeming like a sport that's all about the driver who wins the title. But 2,000 people end up working on a Formula One car. 2,000 people. And I'm not just talking about engineers, because by the way, Formula One is the most complex sport in the world where teams make every single one of their thousands of parts. But I'm also talking about roles like marketing, like IT, like finance, even the janitors. Everyone is involved in making a Formula One team a world champion because it's all about setting a standard of being a world champion. And the rest all follows. The rest all follows. And it all shows us that Max can't win alone. It needs a team to achieve the dream. Be it Max at Red Bull, be it Hamilton at Mercedes, or be it Lando Norris at McLaren. They can't do it alone. They cannot do it alone. It needs a team to achieve that dream. And sometimes even these advanced race cars fail. They crash and bad. Sometimes they can catch fire. Like this particular photo. The driver crashed at 250 kilometers per hour with his car snapped in half, and he was trapped in the smoke for 8 seconds with carbon monoxide in his lungs. Now, normally, if this would have happened in the 70s or 80s, that would have been it. There's a very powerful word here that I'm about to use. The driver would have been dead. But today, this result, what do you think happened afterwards? From this very crash with the drivers trapped in the smoke. He walked away. He walked away on his own. This has happened in the past. People have honestly been trapped inside a Formula One race car in the 70s and the 80s. That was the normal then. But now, they have made sure that every small aspect, be it the racing suit that you wear, be it the overalls inside the suit, your socks, the thing that you wear inside your helmet, even the underpants, even the barriers where they crash on, even the car and the way it's designed, even the chassis or the center or the core of the car has been designed to make sure that when you crash, you're able to survive it. When you're on fire, you're able to resist it. And when you are stuck, you're able to escape it. That is the Formula One mindset. You may call it a miracle that Romain Grosjean escaped from smoke being trapped inside. But I call it relentless engineering. This is the Formula One way. That's what it proves. It's not just a sport. It's about a mindset of constant improvement, a mindset of planning everything out, a mindset of constantly testing it, a mindset of looking at a mindset of looking at every possibility and relentlessly trying to improve it in every way possible. Teamwork under pressure, relentless improvement, that's just the way in life in Formula One. Whether you're building a company, whether you're performing a surgery, whether you're creating art, whether you're leading a team or building relationships with people, these things always remain. That Formula One mindset will always be there, and it will always, always help you, no matter what you're doing in life. So then, why do we watch cars and bikes go round and round in circles? Why do we watch motorsport? Because motorsport has something for everyone. You may like the speed of the machines. You may like how they're made. You may like the banter between the drivers and their teammates. You may like the rivalry between the team bosses and the that go on around. You may like the outfits that the drivers wear. You may like their celebrity wives or girlfriends and their lives, and hence that's how you got into the sport itself. Or you may like the travel of the sport, or you may like the lifestyle around it. There is something for everyone in the world of motorsport. It's incredible how everyone has something or the other that they can follow and they can love about it. But beneath all of it, ultimately, while we have so much to learn, it's a passion. Why do we all do anything? Why do we paint? Why do we do poetry? Why do we write books? Why do we skate? Why do we do anything at all? It's because it makes us feel alive. And that's what it is. It's just an amazing way to feel alive, to connect with everyone, and also relentlessly improve in every aspect possible. Well, I'd like to conclude with something Michael Schumacher had on his helmet before his final race. He said, "Life is all about passions. Life is indeed all about passion. And I'd like to thank you for sharing mine." Thanks, everyone.